God grabs me, places me on his throne. I cry, but all I do is moan. Myself scream for the comfort zone. The frequency of love God has shown.
Hoo-wee, twin flames, you in a growth season. You in a growth season. It's a long growth season. It's not like days, it's not months, it's been a couple years now. You in a growth season, right? Because the divine, your higher self, the spirit is more focused on your development, your soul's development, than it is on your comfort. Because when you walk through pain and you do it with faith and trust and the knowing that your soul is safe and sovereign, you can anchor into some profound power, right? That you've been blessed with, that you have been given, right? That is your birthright, right? And those muscles grow. So you in a growth spurt. If I were to say the last 2 years, I would call it twin flame boot camp. We in boot camp, baby. We in the pressure's on, the pressure cooker's on. It's like, can you stand the heat in the kitchen? And many of you are like, I can barely take it. And I honor you for your courage of being here. I honor you for the courage of facing yourself. I honor you for stepping up during this time. And so, we're seeing that we're being asked. So Dov and I are seeing that we're being asked to have deeper faith, deeper trust. This has been the message lately, right? Deeper union, right? With the divine, with God. Deeper union, right? Because that is where we get our strength. That is, this body is limited. Our soul is also semi-limited. This spirit is not limited. Come on, I'm going to say it one more time. This is limited. The soul is distorted and somewhat limited over time. It's gotten limited. But the spirit that's connected, right, to the Godhead, to God, to Creator, the spirit is limitless. So I don't want this to be my papa. I don't want my soul to be my papa. I want the spirit to be my papa. That's union, where we can really trust that we are going to be safe. Our soul is sovereign and safe. I keep saying our soul is sovereign because this world is not safe. This world is not safe. Dear twin flame, this world is not safe. That's why we have an ego. We have an ego because that thing is scanning, making sure that we can protect ourselves. It takes it to a whole nother level because it's trying to protect ourselves from actually being close to our spirit, to the spirit. And so that deep connection is going to be the most important thing. For some of you are in union. Some of you are about to go into reunion. And it's also important during separation. So I want to break this down with you. And I want to talk about it with you. Right? If you've ever gone through our 7 keys, if you've ever worked with Dov and I, you understand that your journey, not your twins, you and you alone, that comes with it. You and yourself, you getting right with you. When I say getting right with you, you getting aligned with you. You seeing what is not you and what is you. You making everything right-sized. You connecting to spirit or whatever that is for you. So that you understand that there is a power, a greater power that can work through you in your life, that can create shift, that can create miracles, that can create manifestation of awesome friggin' things in your life. For union to happen, if you are in separation, this must take place. And when we connect in that way, guess what happens? We have the strength to face our shadow. We have the strength to face our trauma. We have the strength to go and chill with our inner kids and tell them, hey, it's going to be okay. This mind and this flesh trying to tell my kid that shit was okay. Didn't trust it. Was like, when I brought God's power, the faith, the knowing that I was a king's kid, woo, the kid was like, oh, my babies were like, oh, who is this? Seeing it through Dov walking in unconditional love, my inner children and my shadow started to trust and go, Oh, because Dov was doing the work. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm getting at? There is a trust and a faith that comes with when you anchor into that love and unconditional love of spirit. There is something that happens within you where you want to surrender to it. You want to bow down to it. When I was like, surrender to it. Yes, you want to. Your whole being wants to surrender to unconditional love because it's safe. Many of you are in separation because one or both parties do not feel safe in that relationship. Because the human is running the show and the human is faulty. I love this suit. I love it. This body is smart. Remove my consciousness and like my limited consciousness that I have sometimes. This body knows how to heal itself. This body knows how to keep it in homeostasis. This body is also then listening to this. So it's also functioning distorted and it's also getting sick and it's also busting up my immune system and it's also, you're feeling the aches and pains and So there's all these components, right? So union is the fastest way. Union with spirit, union with the divine is the fastest way to heal this between friends, family, your beloved. There's no other way. There's no other way to say this. There's no other way to say this. But if you do not face yourself and if you do not connect, this is going to be a suffering road. Hear me out. You already see what's happened the last 3 years. You're watching what's going on. You're seeing all the manipulation, the control, the distortions, the fear mongering. I mean, it's big. We're witnessing it. Social media allows us to see way more than we would have saw back in the day. Or we'd be completely blinded, but you're seeing everything. You're seeing everything. And the body, this nervous system does not, hear me out, know how to do it alone. It is not equipped for what's here. You see that it's not equipped. We are seeing more suicide. We are seeing more overdoses. We are seeing little young kids taking their life. It is not equipped. It is not equipped. It is not equipped. And that's okay. Because when we don't understand or we don't connect into the vibration of the love that we are made of, if we do not connect with spirit, we do not connect with that power, if we do not connect with that energy, we're going to suffer. And if you're watching this video and you haven't been connecting through prayer, through meditation, connecting with others that love you, if you not have been in that union, if you not have been in that energy or being able to witness the power of God, the power of the divinity through the people that are around you, please say, I have definitely been suffering. My nervous system has not been able to handle this. And what's good about this very moment, right? What's awesome about this very moment is you are just getting right size right now. And the last thing that I want to say, for some of you, that your beloved is off to the races, whether they're using drugs, other people, places, and things, they are MIA, they are not with you. This is going to be a hard thing to swallow. But can you accept their choice and their journey right now away from you? Can you accept them where they are? Because acceptance is key. You do not have to accept their behavior. You do not have to accept the way they treat you if they're treating you poorly. I am saying, can you accept, and this will be a lifelong thing, can you accept their journey and trust their journey right now? That they're on the journey that they set out to do, even if it doesn't look the way you would like it to look, even if it doesn't look like union, even if it doesn't look, can you accept them where they are? I remember a long time, I was 16 years old, and I remember I was talking to a spiritual mentor, and he was just like, hey, you need to accept your parents where they are, and you also need to forgive them. And I was like, no. He was like, well, you're the one suffering. You're the only one that's going to suffer if you don't. You don't have to accept what they're doing. Just accept them where they are. accept that they may never change, and forgive them. And I fought this dude. I was like, no, he needs to apologize. He needs to tell me he's sorry. He needs to change. Well, he didn't change for years. He didn't change for years. And I was suffering and suffering and suffering until I let him go back to himself. And I accepted him right where he was. And I forgave him too. As much as I could forgive, right? As much as this being could forgive, because it was a whole process. Forgiveness doesn't come and I just forget. No, it's a whole process that I have to work through and see his past and see his life and go through all this stuff and to see him where he is and to understand him. I went through that whole thing. And once I backed off and go, I accept your journey, I accept where you are, and I'm going to love you from here. I'm going to set my boundaries too. I was free. I was free of that. And you may say, but Nick, it's not the same thing with your twin flame. It is. It is. And you deserve it. 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 And it may be a process. And you might go, but when does this ever end? When does this pain ever end? When your journey, see, you don't realize that through this separation, you have been working on yourself in a way. You were going so deep through this pain of separation that you're hitting places that nothing else could take you there. Nothing else could take you to those places. Nothing else could put a mere light all the way into your being to say, hey, there's stuff in here. And you're working through some things. And they are not complete yet. We're in a growing season. It's not complete, but you're doing it, baby. You're doing it, and you're in it, and you're doing a very good job, even when you feel like you're not. Even when you backslide, even when you're doing behaviors where like, where did this behavior come from? Ooh, your whole being is gutting all those behaviors. It has to manifest fully to be fully redeemed or delivered out of your being. You have to see it to free it. You have to go through all of it. The vibration, the frequency of some of the stuff that's going on within you has to be shown to you. And when it's shown, you will feel it. And when you feel it, it will not feel good. I told you at the beginning of this, the divine, right? Spirit is not trying to make this comfortable. It is more like concerned with your development. And so it is going to guide you through this. And when you walk through it, you are building muscles, which is building strength, which is going to build trust and faith, which is going to give you power to be able to not only survive, but to thrive in this life, no matter what you witness outside of yourself right now in the collective. We didn't say heaven after earth. We said heaven on earth. Now, it is within you, dear twin flame. I honor you. I see you. I see you. I know you because you're me. And I've gone through some things in my life that were really painful. And I'm here to tell you that I've walked through a lot of things and built all that strength and built all that freaking thing. And I couldn't have done it without union, without this union. And I couldn't have found union with God without my wife. And so if this is your mission, you're in it, wherever you are, please share where you are. Please support one another in the comments. Please let me know what you want me to talk about next. Please drop some Q&As. I am going to show up with Dov soon. She's got a lot going on right now in her family life. So we are going to show up with Q&As and we're going to show up in a big way. Spirit has us coming back to, we've been helping leaders, right? We've been helping all big leaders and getting people prepared, getting ourselves prepared. And recently it was like twin flames. And I was like, we got you, we got you, we got you. Please if this is the first time being here, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. We love you so dearly. You're so loved.